Sir, I've told you 100 times now, the game is not ready to ship. Team morale is seriously low, staff are running on no sleep due to the long hours, and 5 people have left the company in the last week alone. We need at least 3 more months of development time. You think I fucking care about development time? Just bring another 100 hours this week and get the fucking game out. I want money, okay? I want money. Wow, what a greedy piece of shit, am I right? Hi there, I'm Alan, and today I'm going to talk to you about Cyberpunk 2077, a game you've probably heard enough about at this point, due to its disastrous launch in December of 2020. But how did the game get to this point, and why did it launch in such a disastrous way when it clearly wasn't ready? I aim to answer these questions for you today, so let's dive right in. Cyberpunk 2077 is a open-world, action-adventure, first-person shooter RPG, which I'm aware is a lot of buzzwords at once, but just stay with me here, yeah? Cyberflop 2077 was first revealed in 2013 with a big, fancy CGI trailer. At the time of the trailer releasing, we didn't really know a whole lot about Cyberpunk, aside of course from its developer, that being CD Projekt Red. CD Projekt Red were mostly known for making the Witcher series of games, eventually going on to make The Witcher 3 in 2015, which received huge critical praise across the board from fans and critics alike. And seeing as the Witcher series was so successful and did so well, the hopes were high for Cyberpunk from day one. Development of Cyberpunk reportedly began in around 2012, according to a conference held by the joint CEO and co-founder of CD Projekt Red, Marcin Nowinski, who at this conference told the audience there is a brand new CD Projekt Red team working on a brand new AAA RPG. This gives Cyberpunk likely over 8 years or so of development, and including pre-production. Or so we've been told.
Yeah, it's doing the thing again. Yeah, it's driven away. It's driven off. Yeah. It's come back. It's in the floor. You know, it's in the floor. I can't. No, of course I can't open it. It's in the floor. The door's...
According to a report by famed gaming journalist Jason Schreier, Cyberpunk reportedly hit a reset button of sorts in 2016 and removed most of the work that had already been done for the game. Studio head Adam Kaczynski also supposedly stepped in as head of director at this point. And to top this all off, the E3 2018 demo that wowed fans across the world was almost entirely fake. However, as bad as all this stuff is, of course, it is nothing compared to the hell that the staff at CD Projekt Red put through in the final months of this game's development. Sir, I have some news regarding the launch of Cyberpunk. Well, spit it out, lackey! Come on, how much have I made? Well, sir, the game has received some extremely poor reception across the board. Nearly every gaming journalism site has given the game an extremely poor review. Our social media managers are currently dealing with all the backlash, and a few of the developers have even received death threats. I could care less about you and your stupid team. Come on, how many copies have we sold? Money, I want the real news here. Well, players across all platforms are asking for refunds, sir. And, there's even riots in the streets. Oh, shit. Crunch, for those uninformed, is essentially when game developers in the final stages of development will enter a sort of mandatory overtime, sometimes working for 14 hours a day, every day, up until the final product is launched. And in case this wasn't already obvious, crunch is fucking awful. pushing developers on little to no sleep, on low morale, to work over 14 hours a day is not only bad for them, but will inevitably make the final product a lot worse. And this issue has never been more prevalent than with Cyberpunk. Even though CD Projekt Red said that crunch would never be necessary, well, it was clearly just a total fucking lie. According to Jason Schreier of Bloomberg, CD Projekt Red even enforced mandatory 6-day work weeks just to get the game out on time later in development. And the president of CD Projekt Red, Adam Kaczynski, even said in an investors call that crunch would be necessary in the final months of Cyberpunk's development, which is not a good thing. And I know you're probably thinking, but
what about all the delays the game faced? Surely that would reduce the crunch time and give them more time to work on the game, right?
Well, no, unfortunately you'd be dead wrong. The truth is, the crunch at CDPR had already been going on for months, maybe even years before the first delay for Cyberpunk was announced. And with the more delays that came, the hell just never seemed to end for some employees. So whenever you see a delay announcement for a game you're really looking forward to, just know that it's probably not good news for the developers behind it. It's only going to prolong the hell they've been in for the last 3 to 4 years. Crunch not only kills games, but also breaks the spirit of the people who work on them. Some developers entirely moving away from the AAA gaming scene, or moving away from game development altogether. I firmly believe that individual workers in the game development teams are some of the most talented, not to mention passionate people in the world, and I truly feel sorry for them. That a job in an industry that they are clearly so passionate about and care about so much can crush their dreams so quickly due to something as superficial as corporate greed. Fortunately, there is a light on the horizon. Recently in North America, the first workers' union for the video game industry was created by Studio Vodio Games in partnership with Code CWA. The union will protect both full-time and contracted workers. This is a huge step in the right direction, and one I hope to see AAA game studios eventually follow. When Cyberpunk 2077 launched in December 2020, I bought it day one, a decision that I now kind of regret. I remember playing it at 1 AM after the install had finished, my expectations firmly grounded. All I wanted was a fun action RPG with a cool story, but instead I found a game that should have been given another year in the oven, and a game that was clearly not ready to be released to the public at the full £55 price tag. In reality, I never even finished Cyberpunk, and according to Steam achievements, only 33% of the players who own the game completed the main story. If anything should be taken from Cyberpunk's development story, it's that pushing people beyond their mental and physical limits in an industry where someone's passion can be so easily manipulated is a horrible, horrible idea. And the people who order these mandatory 6-day work weeks with hours of overtime and no extra pay need to do better. And the only way they will do that is if we, the players, speak the only way they seem to understand. With our money and with our wallets.